work at some point. And could I have the first slide, please? Okay, so one of the things that we've been working very hard on over the last year, me personally and a bunch of other people, Phoebe Hedges, one of our editors, being one of them right there, working with a guy I actually used to work with on Labour magazine 20 years ago. He's a guy called Duncan Baisley, he's our acquisitions editor. And one of the things we've been really focusing on is manga. We've got this amazingly sort of diverse manga list that we're beginning to roll out. These are the titles that we're rolling out in 2024. I noticed before that My Name is Zero, #1, seems to be coming out in July 2002. It is not. It's coming out in July this year. And it's a nice diverse list. If you want supernatural, if you want kaiju monsters, if you want bone-breaking Japanese horror, if you want a manga take on decimating thousands upon thousands of zombies, everything is in this list. And we're very proud in October to be publishing IL by the father of manga, if you will, the godfather of manga, Osamu Tezuka, who created Astro Boy. That's a great piece of work. We're rounding out the year with a really beautiful pastoral manga series called Somali and the Forest Spirit, which was adapted into an anime series recently. And then also in November, we've got the absolutely batshit crazy, elegant, courtly life of the Tea Witch, which I won't explain here, but it is absolutely worth delving into. That is a very diverse list, but it's only a fraction of what we've got coming. There's a lot of stuff on the way that we'll be announcing over the next year. The next one. Just going to pause for 1 second. I did one of these the other day, and my fire was down for the entire thing. Okay, that's all. Good. Okay, we're very pleased that we've got a bunch of Eisner Award nominations this year. So we've got 2 for this great graphic novel we just published, Inside the Mind of Sherlock Holmes. So that's nominated for design and for lettering. And our Conan series, which I know you all know about, that we're very, very proud of. My old pal, born in the same hospital as me, within a few days of me, Rich Starkings, was nominated quite rightly for lettering, and a wonderful colourist, also nominated, so we're very, very pleased with that. Daniel Craig was also born in that hospital, by the way, so one of the 3 of us is doing extremely well. I'll leave you to guess which one it is. Could we have the next slide, please? Oh yeah, so thank you so much for your support of Conan the Barbarian. Thank you for bearing with us. As you know, we're all huge Conan fans. Ourselves and our partners at Heroic Signatures. We're very, very proud of this book, the best-selling Titan title ever. And the next arc will have art by the magnificent Doug Braithwaite, more great covers from Dan Panosian, and we will be getting into a lot more Robert E. Howard lore, which we have been hinting at for some time. There's just really great stuff that Jim Zub, our writer, has got coming. And this book's on fire right now, and we couldn't be more proud of it. Yeah, and as you know, Savage Sword of Conan has returned in a big part of my youth. And also, we're going to start introducing new omnibus editions. Now, the original series of omnibus editions, I believe, went up to 8, and we're starting to reprint some of those. But we're going to start with 9 and onwards, and that should be out in October. Savage Sword of Conan, by the way, is one of the vanguards for the Battle of the Blackstone Initiative, and that's what I was talking about, an overarching narrative that involves Conan, it involves Cull, it involves lots of people from the Howardverse, Solomon Kane, of course. Thanks, Anne. Okay, so Gun Hunting, before Conan, our previously best-selling comic series, still sells a lot, does extremely well for us. This is now our 3rd Gun Hunting series. This is Collision Course, which is out now. This is the 2nd printing of cover 1, which is a Copic variant by our man Derek Chew, and that'll be on sale in June. This is still doing gangbusters for us, and we're still keeping it fresh with our trademark variety of covers for this book, very unique covers for Gun Hunting. Just using my words very carefully. Doctor Who's back, and so is the Doctor Who comics from Titan. written by the amazing Dan Waters, a man with so much creativity that amazed his head just doesn't blow off his shoulders. And he's created this new series for us. Coming out in June. First one is out June 26. We put out a free comic book day issue. There's the cover of the shooting. The series is up and running now here on the BBC and across the world on Disney Plus. We're very proud of our Blade Runner series and what we've achieved with that, with the licensors, Alcon, all very much part of the mythology of the show and the series of movies. This is our latest series, Tokyo Nexus, which takes place in Tokyo in 2015. This is a great series, super creative, written by Kiana Shaw, beautiful art by Mariana Taibo, and it just continues that good work that our creative team have been doing on Blade Runner, and very much cues up a bunch of stuff that's going to be happening on screen over the next 2-3 years. Thanks. Just going to gaze in awe at this and have a sip of water. We're massively excited about this book, Huge Detective, which has got the best tagline ever, which is Chinatown meets the BFG, and that does not undersell it. This is a beautiful concept, yeah? If you grew up watching things like Inch High Private Eye, which I did in the early 70s, this is very much a modern take on size disparity, and size disparity with noir layered on it, with giants interacting with people, with just amazing artwork from Magenta King. But it's a beautiful concept from author Adam Rose. Amazing artwork. There's a real buzz in the office with this book, isn't there, Phoebes? We just love it.
Hugely, massively, yeah.
Yeah, hugely, massively. Exactly. Next one, please, Anne. Huge, as my mate Moose Davis would say. Right, okay, so back when I was publishing Uncut magazine, when I used to work for the Enemy Uncut, so Uncut, some of you will be familiar maybe, is a kind of like is a magazine for legacy music artists. And the one way to spike the sales of Uncut magazine in any given month was to put either Jimi Hendrix on the cover or Bob Dylan on the cover. And our best-selling single issue of Uncut ever was the Uncut Guitar Legends issue, which starred Jimi Hendrix on the cover. And the interest in Hendrix abides and continues. And this is a beautiful book that we've created with the Hendrix estate, with Janie Hendrix, Jimi's sister. It's written by Mello Brown and DJ Ben Hameen. And Mello Brown is the guy who's done a bunch of our Blade Runner books. And this is what you'd expect. It's kind of like completely phantasmagorical rock and roll space opera, timing with Jimmy's back catalogue, but also essentially, acid-fueled adventures across the cosmos. And it features amazing artwork from Tom Mandrake, one of my personal favourites. In my book, I don't think on spec you're ever going to beat the Flyshirt Parrot combo, but Tom Mandrake came very, very close. And I'm a huge Mandrake fan. He's a lovely bloke, incredibly talented, but he's done a brilliant job on this. It's not surprising that sometimes when you look at these visuals, you can feel like hints of Paul Gulacy, Sabre, all that kind of stuff, and why not? Because Hendrix inspired that. But I can't recommend this highly enough. It's a really unusual piece of work that we've got coming out in August. Okay. This is very close to my heart. This Chris Shepherd is a writer, artist, filmmaker who's been heavily involved in a lot of TV and movie projects in the UK over the last 10 years, working with Jesse Armstrong and all those guys. This is a tale of his late youth, early adulthood, in a very specific time and place, which is Liverpool in about 1989. At that point, I personally was living in London, but everything that appears in this book, there's a real sense of verite to it. It's very much Liverpool that I grew up in. And I used to buy my comics from Chapter 1 in London Road and Ogre Books in Ravenshire College. And Chapter 1 almost makes an appearance in this in the background. It just cuts off before it gets to that unit on the street. But this book is very much about him being a deeply artistic and sensitive person growing up in the epicenter of football fandom. He actually lived and grew up on Anfield Road, right next to the stadium. I'm not kidding, this is a beautiful piece of work. It's lovely, very, very moving, a real slice of life, rooted in the location, but very much rooted in Chris's life as well. We're very proud to be publishing that, and that comes out in September. Being July previews. Right, Kiltopia. This is a beautiful collection of the epic series written by Dave Cook, which Phoebe edited. You love this, right, Phoebe?
I adore it. It is rapid pace and yet hits you really hard in the final act. I have nothing but good things to say about Kiltopia.
Well said, Phoebe. This is a great piece of work that we're very proud to be publishing this collection. Beautiful artwork as well, beautifully written, very high speed, very fast paced, Neo-Tokyo brilliance. Okay. Right, okay, so 20 years ago I was publishing a lot of magazines at IPC. I used to publish a bunch of men's mags. This series was originally published in one of our competitors, The Face, in about 1996, yeah. And it's a really unique and unusual, of course, classic detective-esque series by Jamie Hewitt and Matt Wakeman. And we've collected it all into this delicious kind of 25th anniversary edition, you know, curated by the creative team. It's beautifully put together. As ever with Hewlett, the artwork is just fantastic. It's a real unusual slice of 1996 British multimedia life. There's 464 pages of it, and it is a glorious package. And that's going to be on sale in October. Very pleased with that. Right, and this is a range of our graphic novels that are coming throughout the year, some of which I've touched upon already, like Conan and Jimi Hendrix. We also have the collected Rebel Moon coming. We've got Disenchantment, a graphic novel coming up. We've also got a Tank Girl trilogy, and we've got Don Coppola. Now, Don Coppola is the second cine graphic novel by Amazing Messiaen. We did that fantastic Tarantino book last year. This is the second in the trilogy, all about Coppola's career. And next year we'll be doing his Martin Scorsese book to round all of that out. Thank you. And that's it. Thank you very much for supporting us. Two other small things I want to mention. The guy who put together, I've got to put my glasses on for this. The guy who put together these slides is a lad called Willow Mullane. He runs our PR team at Titan. Massive comics fan. And he's an Artist Alley this weekend, K08, with his self-published book, Establishing Shots, which is fantastic. So seek him out there and check it out, because it's a great book. And Phoebe Hedges, our esteemed editor, and her art partner, Lizzie Stiles, are just self-publishing a book called Total Recall of the Heart. And if you speak to them about it, they've got a mechanic whereby you can see a preview, and it's good stuff. Thank you very much for bearing with me and listening to this. Thank you for supporting us, we really appreciate it. I'll be around later on if you want to chat. There's nothing I like more than talking about comic books. Thank you, Anne. Thank you.